How's it look, everyone? Good? Can you hear me? Hi. Can you hear me? Hi. I don't have a plan. I just thought it would be fun. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry if I have to lean forward quite a bit in order to see. I have contacts in. How is everyone tonight? I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Oh, poor Guilty. He's probably so lonely. I'm doing well. Thank you, everybody. I'm so happy to see you all. I just got back from a lovely date. Well, not really a date. He was a nice young man. We didn't get to go on our walk because it was a little too cold, but that's a little better. I feel like I'm above the chat now. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Maybe she should come date me instead. I'll take her to a nice restaurant. Buy her flowers. Oh, excuse me. Why not? I've already stolen your dad. Both of them, actually. Oh no. Why are you asking me for help with flirting? You know I'm just gonna make it worse. Silly. Hello, baby. I heard you were having a little bit of trouble with the baby powder. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you. Thank you. Jack made you flustered? Well, that's not hard to do. Thank you for the roses. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. I haven't really done anything to deserve them. I'm just sitting here being pretty. Can I have some popcorn? I want popcorn. I just got done eating though. I had the most amazing sponge cake at the restaurant today. Oh my goodness, it was so good. They ran out of strawberries, so they put raspberry on it, and it was so good. It was so good. I felt a little sick afterwards because I never know when to stop eating, but thank you. Thank you. Hold on. Popcorn. It's a little bit stale. You're all so nice to me. I'm not sure where Jack is. I haven't seen Sophie in a long time. Actually, now that I think about it. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about or want to hear a story or something, you just let me know. I have plenty of stories. I'm sure most of you know that. Thank you guys. You're all so sweet. Aww. You're nice too. I love you kids. Oh, April Fool's Day pranks. Usually that was more Jack and Felix's thing. Uh, Most of my pranks usually happened around Christmas time. Let's see, what can I remember? Hmm. He sort of just dragged you along, didn't he? I think that was April Fool's. Um, there was one time while Jack and Felix were in their um either their engineering or like a CAD class or something like that. Um, they were just learning how to use like online. I don't know. It was really weird. This wasn't in college or anything. This was after the restaurant had already opened. But they were learning how to use. They were in like a workshop or something, and they were learning how to use like online. Um, what do they call it? Drafting software that somebody had produced to make it a little bit easier to um, get the dimensions of the robots before they had to actually build the pieces. And they were working with, I believe it was silicone in the workshop. And because they were printing out um, whatever. But they ended up doing the water bucket on top of the door trick with silicone, and they ended up getting it so stuck in their professor's hair that he had to shave his head, and the regular clippers wouldn't get through it, so they had to like cut it off like piece by piece with like scissors before they could actually shave his head. So yeah, Jack and Felix covered their professor's head in silicone one time. They sort of dropped off on the pranks after college, but that was definitely one that I can remember. Excuse me. They got back into the pranks after the restaurant sort of opened up and they knew they weren't gonna go bankrupt if they lost the business or anything like that. Yeah. They were grown men at that point, so it's not like their professor could get them in too much trouble. Could crab claws? Crab claws? I don't think crab claws are very strong comparatively. Maybe, but I don't think they would have been sharp enough to cut through silicone. Silicon? Silicone. Which one is the compound and which one is the element? I don't remember. I'm sure if you had a crab that had metal claws, then he could probably get through it. Oh well, I'm sure it doesn't matter all that much. Though the science nerds might get mad at me. Felix probably knows, but he's not paying any attention. Oh well, I'm sure it doesn't matter all that much. Though the science nerds might get mad at me. Oh well, I'm sure it doesn't matter all that much. Though the science nerds might get mad at me. Felix probably knows, but he's not paying any attention. I could probably find a book to read if you guys want me to read you a story. I don't think I have any, like short stories, but I can definitely find one that you can read. If you look on our Spotify, you can find Felix's playlist, and you might find some inspiration on that. Do you want me to go find you a book? I can see what kind of stories I have. Alright, let me go see. Don't egg my chat! Stop it! So I didn't find a bedtime story, but I did find a book of poems. Please don't egg my chat! No! Stop! have no idea what they're about. But based on the title of the book, I can assume they're probably going to be existential dread. So we'll see. Okay, so we'll read the blurb on the back first, and then I'll find some good poems. No matter how hard we fall, we have to pick ourselves back up at the end of the day. This is just a reminder that we are only human. Whether it's our flaws, our imperfections, or even our dark thoughts, we have to remain clear-headed and keep moving on. Approaching Humanity, Poems and Lyrics by Luke Wood. For I am human, I make mistakes in my life, for better, for worse, but I will learn from them as I grow. Haley Johnson. Flawed. Flawed on the outside, flawed on the inside, messed up in my mind. Always I feel I've got to hide. I talk like a hypocrite, I act like a heretic, always get the best of thee. My words are my own worst enemy. Outside I show my flaws, inside I face withdrawals. We can tell I'm a fraud, because we know that I am flawed. It's a small place, it's a gun to a face, it's an eight-legged creature, it's a nightmare from a future. It's being rather up high, it's the possibility that you could die. It's the feeling the end is near, it's a thing we all fear. Fear takes us, fear shakes us, fear wakes us and fear breaks us. It's letting others down, it's a funeral frown. It's the darkest night, it's the fire and its light. It's the inevitable pain, it's the feeling of being slain, it's the feeling that the end is here. It's the thing we call fear. Fear takes us, fear shakes us, fear wakes us, fear breaks us. Fear is in every corner of our lives. It gets in our mind and it deprives. Fear takes us, fear shakes us, fear wakes us, and fear breaks us. What if I can't get it done? What if I fail? What if I'm only being set up? What if this is a facade? What if I am setting myself up to fall? What if I can't get it done? I see the tears in your eyes. I've upset you again, no surprise. I hate to admit again I failed you. All the pain I put you through. Once more I put a frown on your face. Failing you again I've disgraced. I have upset. I have regret. Sadness unveiled. You I have failed. It is you I betrayed. All of this I downplayed. Failing you seems to recur. Making everything feel unsure. Failing you, putting you in tears. Leaving you unsafe, facing fears. I have upset. I have regret. Sadness unveiled. You I have failed. Here I am leaving you in uncertainty. Failing you, facing your insecurity. I have upset. I have regret. Sadness unveiled. For you I have failed. Nightmares of my day. Another sleepless night. The guilt does this to me, story of my life. Do something wrong, my conscience begins to eat, picks at my soul, and it makes me weak. The moment has passed, I cannot apologize. The moment is there, and it's stuck on replay. Thinking of everything and everyone I betrayed, guilt inside me makes me want to hide, because deep down, guilt is eating me alive. Everyone has made that one mistake. That one that they will never escape. It does not matter what we do. Stuck on replay, a victim of an infinite loop. One mistake we now always regret, because it is one we cannot forget. And now you're stuck on repeat. And now you're stuck on repeat. And now you're stuck on repeat. Because you cannot escape that one mistake. And now we each have come unglued, trying to escape the infinite loop, because we cannot undo our mistake, stuck on repeat, going to break, because of one single upset. And now you're in an infinite loop to never forget. And now you're stuck on repeat. And now you're stuck on repeat. And now you're stuck on repeat because you cannot escape that one mistake. Going home one night, it had become late. Little I knew, the night had sealed her fate. As a car ran into a telephone pole, I checked on her to see if she was okay. I got the answer in the worst way. I couldn't believe her time here was done. She loved me for me. She was the only one. She was the only one who ever cared. Loving me, no one else ever dared. Losing her, the worst possible tragedy. The only one who loved me for me. It will be difficult for me to go on, because the best of me is now gone. I know that she is in a better place, but it's not the same without seeing her face. I only wish this was a bad dream. But she's not here, and I'm swimming upstream. I wish she was still here beside me. How her face is what I wish to see. Now she's gone. Now I love none. She loved me for me. She was the only one. She was the only one who ever cared. Loving me, no one else ever dared. Losing her, the worst possible tragedy. The only one who loved me for me. It will be difficult for me to go on, because the best of me is now gone. Since she's gone, every night I bawl. I only wish I were the one to fall. It will be difficult for me to go on, because the best of me is now gone. She was the only one who ever cared. Loving me, no one else dared. Losing her, the worst possible tragedy. The only one who loved me for me. It will be difficult to go on, because the best of me is now gone. The human is indissolubly linked with imitation. A human being only becomes human at all by imitating other human beings. Theodor Adorno. You can totally go read bedtime stories. I don't mind. Mine is kind of sad. She goes to the mirror to paint her face, to look the way the others wish her to. It makes others happy, even if she's dead inside. Satisfying others has become her life. Though she hates what she became, though she is told she is like porcelain. Her skin is like porcelain, made the way others want her to be. She may get the attention, but does she love herself? Desire is how she became this way. Though it has drained her life, to be like porcelain was once her goal. She has now come to hate herself. She would change it if others would permit it, though her one pursuit has become her hell. Her skin is like porcelain, made the way others want her to. She may get the attention, but she doesn't love herself. Bracken. Is this more or less sad because of my voice? I'm just curious. Oh, Felix, honey. I'm sorry. Oh no, Felix. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be too sad. Oh, do you want me to try and read it higher? Okay, hold on. The This is so funny. I don't want to sound joyous when I read this, but I'm gonna try it anyway, and you guys can tell me if it's better or worse. I'm sorry, Felix. I'm sorry in advance. He turns to the bottle every night he gets home. Says he drinks because he's bitter and alone. Won't go out without it because he says he will end. Nowhere to go, and alcohol is all he will spend. He uses it every night so that he may sleep, not realizing his crutch is depression at its peak. When reality becomes hard to touch, that's when our vice becomes our crutch. The only thing that keeps us standing when life starts to be too demanding. There is a different man in her room each night. It has become her drug, and it made her cry. She wants to quit, but the pleasure is too much. She has succumbed to her vice. She has the crutch. Now she feels like there must be a man in her bed. The problem she has now went to her head. When reality becomes too hard to touch, that's when our vice becomes our crutch. The only thing that keeps us standing when life starts to be too demanding. These two were married, but never in love. They exchanged vows so they won't die alone. Though they fight frequently, divorce is no option. Their crutch has become that of a toxin. Tell them their problem, they will tell you no. Leaving this world alone is not how they want to go. When reality becomes too hard to touch, that's when our vice becomes our crutch. The only thing that keeps us standing when life starts to be too demanding. Only this that can keep us standing when our lives become far too demanding. I'm sorry! I know, I read through it while I was talking to you guys, and I was like, oh no, Howie! I tell stories of legends untold. The stories I tell are only fool's gold. My entire life has been fabricated. The world of lies that I have created, everything is nothing but a guise. Everything I say is simply lies. I'm living a lie. My life I deny. I'm hiding inside. I'm living a lie. I'm living a lie. I had a tale to tell the nation. That tale was one large exaggeration. I couldn't let those know that I am flawed. So I turned myself into that of a fraud. If you knew the truth, it'd be a surprise, but if you knew I told nothing but lies, I'm living a lie. My life I deny. I'm hiding inside. I'm living a lie. I'm living a lie. Everything I tell you is only a lie. Every time you knew I wanted to die, because I am living a lie. I'm living a lie. I'm hiding inside and I'm living a lie. Is this better or worse? Would you rather I go back to the somber voice? Maybe that's enough poetry. Oh no, are you sure? We haven't even gotten to the happy part at the end. It's like I'm on helium. I love this part right here. The Twitter call-out page. Thanks to everyone for following me on Twitter. Let me see if there's any nice ones in here. Okay, I'm gonna read this one. Time to pick yourself up. Get the dirt off your sleeves. Yes, you've fallen, but you're destined to succeed. Look in my eyes, you know I'm telling the truth. There will be times when you don't know what to do. Remember that there will be times when things get rough. It's never about falling down, it's always about getting back up. We all fall, don't always succeed. We are all human and we all bleed. One thing all of us must see, there is a road to recovery. You've gotten back up, but you will fall again. When this occurs, get back up. It's never time to end. We are all human. Perfect will never be in reach. There are brighter days when you begin to feel weak. Remember that there will be times when things get rough. It's never about falling down, it's always about getting back up. We all fall. Don't always succeed. We are all human and we all bleed. One thing all of us must see is there is always a road to recovery. I wear my heart on my sleeve. If you cut me, I'll bleed. I know I cannot erase every mistake that I have made. I never said I was an angel, no. I never said I wouldn't break down, but life keeps moving on. But now you should know that I'm only human. Manifest Human. From the 2012 album Fighter. I love each and every one of you so much. All you have done, you are an idol. You helped me when I was going to fall. You have earned all of my respect. You helped the good in me to resurrect. I am a better person thanks to you. Admiration of you helped me through. I admire, I cherish, I respect, and I adore. This is my admiration of you. This is my adoration of you. I gained the respect of humanity because you saw the good inside of me. I applaud everything you have done because you were able to share love. I am a better person thanks to you. Admiration of you helped me through. I admire, I treasure, I value, I adore. This is my admiration of you. This is my adoration of you. For all of this I give you my thanks, for showing admiration through pain, that idolizing others can help through everything. When I yelled that I'm a better person thanks to you, admiration of you helped me through. I admire, I savor, I fancy, I adore. This is my admiration of you. This is my adoration of you. I admire, I cherish, I respect, I adore. This is my admiration of you. This is my adoration of you. Love those who are important to you. They have been there for all you have been through. They have always shown that you have a heart. Love through all and never apart. Show them how you love and show them how you care. So show them that you will always love. Show them that you will go beyond and above. No matter what you may do, there are people who love you. So return the devotion. Show them love with your emotion. If things ever fall apart, love everyone. Have a heart. Show your heart because it always counts. Give them your heart. Give them every ounce. They have done the same for you. You have heart. Show them that you love and show them that you care. Show them that you will always be there. In return, show all that you can love. Always go beyond and always go above. No matter what you may do, there are people who love you. So return the devotion. Show your love emotion. If things ever fall apart, love everyone and have a heart. No matter what, we have love inside. Show it to whom we love. Do not hide. Remember to love if things fall apart. Love each other and always have a heart. I'm hopeful after seeing the sun ahead. I now have a reason to get out of my bed. Want more out of life, and now I desire. Hope has taken over, and I am untired. I see the sun brighten all the land, and now I'm out of bed, taking a stand. Seeing the sun put a smile on my face, the light that I am ready to embrace. Time in the dark is done. I am now hopeful of seeing the sun. I feel warmth from its shining rays. Time to wake up. It's a new day. I'm now up and hopeful for this new day. I can make the most since it can't be replaced. I can tell only good fortunes are ahead. For that I am thankful I got out of bed. As I see the sun brighten once more, I am now more hopeful of who I am. I see the sun brighten all the land and space. The light is here for me to embrace. Emotions are what make us human, make us real. The word emotion stands for energy in motion. Be truthful about your emotions, and use your mind and emotions to your favor, not against yourself. Robert Kiyosaki. In times when I've needed honesty, you have always been there bringing me modesty. I thank you for bringing me back to earth. You have helped me when my ego took my worth. You have helped me when the others thought I was through. You have humbled me in all that you do. I am humbled by you and everything you do. Hit ego when needed. Thank you. You succeeded. You have made me humble. Making me humble, you did a good thing. Thank you for humbling me, the good it'll bring. You showed me times that I needed restraint, humbled me, never made a complaint. You helped me when others thought I was through. You humbled me in all that you do. I am humbled by you and everything you do. Hit ego when needed. Thank you. You succeeded. You have made me humble. There is a change in what you see. I want to share hope. I want to help people believe. I have become that of a star, helping others get out of the dark. There is time when things change, so I am above you, no longer the same. My mindset is godsend. Product of environment. I have risen above to show all heart and all love. This world will see my inner angel, and I am here to show you that we are all faithful. To put you in the light and show no doubt is what you would like to see now. I am here to show guidance, to rid the world of violence. My mindset is God-sent. Product of environment. I have risen above to show all heart and all love. This is what I want you to always see. I want to give you hope, help you believe. A risen star is what you are now. I want you to eliminate all doubt. Actions speak, but so does silence, so help spread what is called kindness. My mindset is God-sent. Product of environment. I have risen above to show heart and love. I have risen. Humanity made me full of hate. Then you came along and restored my faith. Once thinking this world was only darkness, you showed me that not everyone is heartless. I once thought everyone was conniving, then you showed me that faith was worth reviving. Thank you for bringing faith to my core. My belief in humanity is beginning to restore. Fallen from light, became one with night, that is when you came in. Helped over again, that's when I lost hate, restoring my faith. I know now there is good amongst us. There are people here that I can trust. Thank you for showing me the good in me. Now I see the good in humanity. You showed me what I thought disappeared. Thank you for this. I am now revered. I can feel the light inside my core. Against my faith, it is being restored. Fallen from light, became one with night. That is when you came in. Helped over again. That is when I lost hate. restoring my faith. Thank you now for everything you have done. Now with humanity I am one. Fallen from light, became one with night. That is when you came in, helped over again. That is when I lost hate. You restored my faith. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the entire ocean does not become dirty. Gandhi. It is harder than a rock, yet gentle as a flower, most stubborn of all, yet most obedient. No animal is like it, yet portrays traits from each. No matter the problems, I believe in people. The angriest of them all, yet none such gentler. None ever as solitary, yet none ever so open. One that has flaws, yet perfect in every way. No matter the problems, I believe in people. One that will help its neighbor, go the extra mile when needed, remember its fallen ones, show its vulnerability, reveal weaknesses in strength, show its goodness in darkness. No matter the problems, I believe in people. I believe in humanity. Don't feel lonely, darling. I'm here for you, I promise. I am looking down at you, only to lend a hand. I want to help you up and to help you stand. I understand that we are all bound to fall. I want to see you rise, not to see you crawl. I'm looking down, not to kick dirt in your face. I want to help you up, to get back in the race. We all need a hand sometimes. Lending a hand, something we realize it is our duty to help lend a hand. We need others sometimes so that we can stand. So here I am, reaching my hand to you, only to help for the turmoil you've been through. I want to help you get out of the dirt. You need to rise. I know you have worth. So here it is, your time to rise. You can do it. I see it in your eyes. We all need a hand sometimes. Lending a hand, something we realize. So it is our duty to help lend a hand. We need others sometimes so that we can stand. So I ask you to rise. I ask you to rise. It is your time to stand. We all need a hand sometimes. Lending a hand, something we realize. So it is our duty to help lend a hand. We need others sometimes so that we can stand. Also, come here. Come here. Hugs. I'm so proud of you all. I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. I enjoy your company. You are all important to me. More important than you realize. I love you, Felix. When you feel you're stuck in darkness, one can show you that you're not heartless. When you think you're feeling meek, only one can show you you're not weak. When you think your time here is done, saving you from you, it only takes one. When you think you're about to rake, it only takes one to help you come awake. When you think you might relapse, it only takes one so that you will never collapse. When you think you might stay down, it only takes one to help you off the ground. It only takes one to take you to the light. It only takes one to help you in sight. One person can help you improve all of you. It only takes one. It only takes one to help you through all you've been through. One person can help you when you think it will end. It only takes one person so that you may mend. I can feel the path you've been through. I see a little bit of me in you. I have been through the same in the past. I can tell these feelings won't last. I know this world is too full of commotion. I am here to feel every emotion. If it will show you clearer, I am your mirror. I know you can feel, and I know everything is real. I know I can empathize. You see, I'm not in disguise. You see, my words are true. You know, I see me inside of you. I know I can feel broken. I know we can feel each other's emotion. If it will make you clearer, I am your mirror. I know that you can feel everything we feel is real. To change. A new day has begun. A new sun has risen. Change begins with me. That change, it starts today. A change has begun and it begins in me. To alter, the tides have turned. There is a new shift. Change, it begins with me. Time to roll with the punches. A chance to begin, and it begins with me. A change will occur, and that change will begin with me. I love you all. You're so sweet. After my mistakes, I am looking ahead. The road in front of me, it has yet to end. I know that I will still have more time left to go. What lies ahead of me has yet to show. But I know I am ready for what comes next. Here I stand, anxious, waiting to see the rest. I am looking at what lies ahead because my journey has yet to end, so I am looking ahead of me, wanting to know the things I will see. What lies ahead? I am ready to continue the journey because I'm still standing through all the debris, and as I stand looking ahead at the sun, I am moving ahead and I'm ready to run, and I know I am ready for what comes next. Standing so anxious, ready to see the rest, I am looking at what lies ahead because my journey has yet to end. So I am looking ahead of me, wanting to know all the things I will see. What lies ahead? I am moving forward for what lies ahead. I'll keep moving until my journey has an end. I still have some time before the clock runs out. It is my time to put an end to the drought. I am moving on. I am waiting for what's next. Moving so anxious to see all the rest. After my mistakes, I'm looking ahead. The road in front of me, it has yet to end. I write about adversity not to be pessimistic, but rather to strengthen myself. The more familiar that you are with it, the less likely you are to have a breakdown when it occurs. You become more reflective of its purpose. You understand God's reason for it, and are then able to make the best of everything that you were handed. The darkness is only frightening after constant sunshine. Chris Jamie. Oh, starvation! Felix is gonna be so excited about that one. I can't wait to see her. Oh, hi, Luca. Lots of hugs. I love you. My soul has been in starvation. So I come to you seeking salvation. I don't know if this is my preemptation. I'm only here asking for redemption. I only want to rid of my anguish. I ask, please, make my pain vanquish. I want to put my life in the clear. I want my pain to disappear. I want to restart the ignition. I know the world only by my own definition. I want to be able to follow my own intuition. I want to put the pain into remission. I need to have my mind vindicated. Enter this new life fully translated. Time of past, it's time I omit. Enter this change I must commit. It's time to see myself ascend. rid myself of all torment. I want to pull my life to the clear. I want my pain to disappear. I want to restart the ignition, to show the world my definition, to be able to follow my own intuition. I only want to put the pain in remission. I'm glad you guys are all having fun with your characters. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will this love continue? When my walk becomes a crawl, what if I stumble and what if I fall? DC Talk, What If I Stumble, from the 1995 album Jesus Freak. Can you accept me for who I am? Can you treat me as if we are family? Can you forgive me for the mistakes that I've made? Can you keep me and not let me fade? Can you accept my mistakes from the past? Can you give me friendship that will always last? Will you catch me if I fall? If my walk should turn into a crawl, just remember I'm human. Do you believe I am worth redemption? Do you believe I am an exception? Do you believe I am able to change? Do you believe I am not to be estranged? Do you believe that you can accept me? Do you believe I am not who I used to be? Will you catch me should I fall? If my walk should turn to a crawl, just remember I am human after all. And we all fall every now and then. All of us have some point to start again. Catch me if I should ever fall. Help me walk if I revert to a crawl, because all of us are human after all. I wish I could paint the picture in my mind. One that puts you and I side by side, showing everyone deep down how I really feel. Letting everything from my mind be revealed. This isn't a grand scheme I'm trying to construct. I'm just here painting a picture out of luck. I'm taking the chance. I don't care about the fuss. So here I am, sitting, painting us. And so he said, "Can you accept that I'm a new man? That making you my number one is my plan? Will you believe when I say I'll never cheat? That I stand before you with stronger belief? Do you believe that I want you and no one else? That I want you all to myself? Because I know there are mistakes that I've made. I know I've been under gray crowds and I hate the rain. This is the life I want to live. So I'm hoping you are willing to forgive." And so she said, "Can you accept that my child is not your son? That I want to see nothing come undone? Will you believe me when I say I'm loyal? I will prevent us from being uncoiled. Do you believe that I want this to be you and me? That I believe that this is my family? Because I know there are mistakes I've made. I've been under gray clouds, and I hate the rain. This is a life I want to live. So I'm hoping you are willing to forgive. Do you know, we are all perfect imperfections. We need one another for corrections. There are things we do forbid, but we should always know how to forgive. I know there are mistakes that I have made. I've been under gray clouds, and I hate the rain. This life is the life that I want to live. So I'm hoping you are willing to forgive." The scars show my body is delicate. The mentality is making me feel irrelevant. Everything showing leaves me decimated. After all that's happened, I am desecrated, even though the scars will always remain. One thing that is temporary, and that is pain. The scars we all have will never heal. To remind us that the pain in life is real, though the pain makes us feel behind bars. One thing that will always remain, it's scars. All wounds heal, while scars remain. The pain I possess will eventually mend. The scars I have will be with me until the end. The scars show myself as being evident. I can also show this as my testament. Though my scars will always remain, one thing is temporary, and that is pain. The scars we all have will never heal, to remind us that the pain of life is real. Though the pain makes us feel behind bars, one thing that will always remain, the scars. All wounds heal. This is only one less mountain to climb. There will be another one for you in time. It's no repeat, just a process of the paradigm. The obstacles come and they eventually go, wanting you to prove, not fall down. It is a test of your mind and all that you know. It is a test of our will, to test our strength. Can we handle life's deal? If so, to what length? Just because I have walked through fires, I still have climbed to go tight-wired. I still have to speak the truth to the liars. Life is not done giving me obstacles just yet. Give me another challenge and see if I sweat. Giving up is no longer part of my mindset. It is to test our will, to test our strength. Can we handle life's deal, and if so, to what length? Obstacles of life show how human we really are. But with the attitude right, we'll go far. Life makes us fight, so it's time to spar. When obstacles arrive, don't let it get in the way, because obstacles show up after day. We always come to the top, and obstacles will go away. I can't get everything from my mind to my heart, but I'll do all that I can to make it never fall apart. I know I need to go to where I used to be, because that person you see, I feel, isn't me. All of my feelings, they're becoming mechanical. All of my being, it's starting to feel chemical. If I only knew then, today, I would want to be myself again. I would have never took that road. The one that took me so far from home, but I only want you to see, I want to become the old me. The world around me has helped me sensitize. The people close to me helped me empathize, helping me to be who I need to become, sharing my feelings and losing my numb. All of my feelings are feeling less mechanical. My entire being is starting to feel less chemical. If I only knew then, today, I'd want to be myself again. I would have never took that road. The one that took me so far from home, but I only want you to see, I want to become the old me. Here I stand before you, a better being. As I feel all of my burden finally freeing, I didn't know back then, today, that I would want to become myself again. But I took a road to be a better man. Back home I better stand. Here I am for you to see, that you see a better me. To be perfect, he thought, that meant less human. To be cold and unfeeling. I wish to be perfect, but I believe that means to be more human. Vision. Avengers Mightiest Heroes, Episode 43. We all fall to the ground at one point or another. We all fall down, but falling is part of the damaged plan. Getting back up, it's what measures a man. It's easy for us to lose our way, but we have to keep going day by day. Best to get up after we fall, even if movement is only a crawl, it's always best to get up. It's always best to get back up. Getting back up may seem problematic. Your way might feel a little erratic. Once you rise, you will be undamaged. Then all will be to your advantage. The burden will no longer weigh once you improve day by day. Best to get up after we fall, even if the movement is only a crawl. It is always best to get back up. It is always best to get back up. We have the rain before we get sun. We have hardships before we are done. You have love, but first it is pain. You have to lose before you can gain. We all go to the dark place in our mind, but the beauty comes from the inside. We all feel pain, and we can all feel the same. I remember back when I said I'd never feel again. Never again, never again. I said I'd never go there ever again, never again, never again. I said I'd never go there ever again. In order to have victory, we must fight. In order to face wrong, you have to know right. If you want pleasure, you go through pain. If you want humanity, you must see vain. We can all remember the bad from back then. Just to say we'll never feel it again? Why'd we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves back up. Thomas Wayne, 2005, Batman Begins. The rest of these are sad. Also, this quote is funny. You see, what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me, disturbed down with the sickness. 2000 album, The Sickness. What other quotes are in here? I'm curious. Evil is not to be traced back to the individual, but to the collective behavior of humanity. Reinhold Niebuhr. I like this one too. Humankind cannot bear much reality. T.S. Eliot. When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotion. Dale Carnegie. I think that's all I'm going to read out of this book, because the rest are sad. Oh, you finished her. I'll be sure to look at her after the live is over. I don't know how long we've been going, actually. Can't have been that long. I think I have another poetry book, but I think it's like a horror carnival or something like that, so I don't know if I want to read that one. But I can certainly look and see if we have any other nice ones. Oh wow, it's been an hour already? Alright. I want peeps. Can I have one? I love those. Ooh, excuse me. You eated all of your popcorn. Oh, thank you. Nom nom. Okay, let me go see if I have another poetry book. Okay, so I don't have another poetry book, but I do have this short story collection about mythical creatures, so I figured you would all enjoy that. Here, you can look at the lovely dragon. Hello, son. Welcome to the amazing world of myth and magic. Here you will meet a variety of the most amazing legendary creatures, from ancient deities once worshipped as gods and goddesses to animal creatures, heroes, monsters, and supernatural beings who were once either feared or accepted as real. In fact, some may still even exist once upon a time and still may exist today. Yet all of them have haunted and inspired humankind's dreams, fantasies for more than 30,000 years. The list of creatures covered in this book is certainly not complete, a list that included every being drawn from myth, legend, and folklore from every age and culture would extend to thousands of entries. I selected some of my favorites, and I hope this book will encourage you to continue to explore the whole world of fabulous creatures for yourself. Meanwhile, I'll leave it to you to decide which of these astonishing creatures still walk among us today, and which are the stuff of legends and dreams. The Chimera keeps hidden inside its black cave at the side of a sheer cliff that plunges down into the sea. If hungry, the monster needs only to descend to ravage and burn the countryside, devouring people and animals at will. An indomitable opponent. He has a tail and the claws of a dragon, iron-tough scales covering a giant goat's body, and the head of a fire-breathing lion. The Greek hero Belpharon enlisted the wings of Pegasus to fly him to the Chimera's lair to put an end to the pillage. The hero riding Pegasus drove his spear into the single vulnerable spot beneath the Chimera's armored body, his heart. Against flames and razor-sharp claws, winged horse and rider battled, until at daybreak, with his strength waning, Bellerophon struck the death blow. The spear met its mark, and it pierced the monster to the very heart. The roaring ceased, the flames faded to billowing smoke, and finally blew away. The Chimera's lifeless body fell down into the waiting sea below, swallowed by the waves, to disappear forever. And here's your lovely picture, my children. The lamb plant develops from a kind of round melon seed, the lamb that is encapsulated within the fruit of the plant. When ripe, the fruit bursts open, revealing the little lamb. The plant matures to a height of 3 feet with the head, ears, eyes, and other parts of a newly born lamb. It remains rooted by its navel in the middle of its belly, from where it grows and feeds on the surrounding plants. The lamb's wool is so white and soft that it is most prized. Descriptions of the lamb's plant often differ, and for centuries it was considered fact. In the late 18th century, botanists still maintained the existence of the lamb plant, or vegetable lamb. And there's a little lamb in a flower. Isn't he so cute? Oh, look at him. I love this little lamb. The abattoirs are so tiny. The abattoirs are so tiny that they are difficult to see. If you want to find one, look between blades of grass. The abattoir rides ants without saddles or reins. They prefer to roam, setting up temporary camps inside ant hills. Their favorite food is cow meat, for which they are highly unlikely to find. When meeting abattoir, know that they are sensitive about their size. For example, an abattoir might ask, "Where did you first see me?" It is best to pretend that he is tall. So, answer, "From a distance," or "Some high hilltop." If you answer that you spotted him right there at your foot, he will try to kill you with a poisoned dart. It is the Apatois Zulu homeland. Stepping on one is certain to bring about your death. I forgot to show you the picture. He's riding a little ant. Someone is going to yell at me about the way I pronounce this. Legend tells us that within the very depths of the underworld, at the very gates of Archeron, there is a three-headed dog, Cerberus, stands in guard for his grim master, Hades, Lord of the Dead. When the dead descend to Tartarus, if they have the fare, they are ferried across the waters of the river Styx. And there, at the gates of the opposite shore, stands the watchful guardian, Cerberus. Only the famed musician and poet Orpheus, in search of his lost love, was known to charm the fierce beast. Puppy! 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 His name means spot? That's funny. Baba Yaga of Russian folklore still lives in a small clearing deep in the birch forest. No one knows how old she is. She has always lived in that forest. Baba Yaga is very tall and thin, and she is always hungry. Humans are her preferred food. Leftover human bones were used to make her crooked hut, which stands high above the ground on chicken legs that can spin it around on a whim of its mistress. Be assured, Baba Yaga lives alone. Baba Yaga's favorite means of transport is a giant mortar and pestle. Streaking through the air at lightning speed, she stands in the mortar, while the pestle is its navigator. Jalzo? Baba Yaga? Excuse me? Huh? What? I'm gonna need you to explain. Don't laugh, explain. Okay. The Laishi hails from Russia, as well as many other Eastern European lands. By all accounts, the Laishi is the most endearing green and purple creature. Gigantic while within the forest, it transforms into the tiniest being when beyond the sheltering trees. Many a wanderer lost in the deep woods have been guided back upon his path to home by a helpful Laishi. There he is. He's just a happy little fellow. Fafnir the dragon. Fafnir the wingless... I'm sorry, I just had a glitch. Fafnir the wingless... I did it again. The wingless dragon of Norse myth and the son of the king of dwarves had once been a dwarf himself. Fafnir coveted the magnificent treasure the gods had entrusted to his father. To obtain it, the son killed his father, and for such a shameful crime Fafnir was transformed into a dragon. Fafnir slithered away with his stolen blood-stained treasure to the deepest cave, content to live in isolated darkness. Draped over his gold and jewels, Fafnir lay slumbering for many long years, confident that there was no one alive who could defeat him. Then, when the hero Sigurd came to do battle, what he lacked in size, he had in intelligence. Sigurd dug a ditch outside the cave. The task completed, Sigurd, with a sword at the ready, hid in the ditch. "Fafnir, you vile worm!" he called. "Come out and fight!" Fafnir sprang, roaring, from the cave. Sigurd was nowhere to be seen. The dragon strode over the ditch and stopped, searching for his challenger. He was standing over Sigurd, though he did not know it. Sigurd seized the chance, and, thrusting his sword into the dragon's soft underbelly, he pierced Fafnir to the very heart. It was a mortal blow. Fafnir fell dead, and his beloved, ill-gotten treasure passed on to Sigurd. I never understand what the point of killing these dragons is if they're not hurting anybody. He was just sleeping on his big pile of gold. But that's him. The Baku are spirits having the head of an elephant and the body of a lion, but, like most spirits, they are fond of shape-shifting, making it difficult to settle on any one description. Spirits, after all, are a changeable race by nature. The main thing to know about the Baku is that they will very gladly help humans by eating nightmares or the evil spirits who create nasty dreams. Often they will do this without our knowing. Other times, a nightmare sufferer can awaken and call upon a Baku to eat the nightmare. Even today, Baku depictions are placed in Japanese bedrooms to guard against terrible dreams. And the Chinese often write the characters for Baku upon their pillow to ensure a peaceful slumber. Is it, drowsy? Is that what it's called? Anyways, sorry. The centaur is a magnificent creature, part man, part horse. Female or male, she or he has a horse's body with all 4 legs, and its head, torso, and arms are that of a human. The human frame is thus joined at the waist to the horse's muscular shoulders. The centaur can possess a fiercely wild, unfriendly nature, or a wise and kindly one. They are the most helpful ally in time of war, combining great speed, strength, and dexterity, as demonstrated in the Chronicles of Narnia. It is theorized that the idea of a race of centaurs came from the reaction of a non-horse riding culture to their first sighting of men on horseback. Oh, it's not drowsy. Which one is it then? It's the little yellow and brown one with the pink smoke coming out of its nose. I know what you're talking about, I promise. Or is it, abracadabra? In a distant fabled land, on any given morning, the unicorn goes down to a golden fountain to drink, the very spot where all the good animals come to drink. The unicorn is as white as freshly fallen snow, and looks as elegant as a white horse. Were it not for its long spiral horn, you could easily mistake him for one, but he most certainly is not. It is said that if the unicorn chooses to dip his horn into poison, he could neutralize it. The unicorn is a fabulous wild creature, good yet fierce, selfless yet solitary. Legend tells only a gentle and true maiden can tame him, and soon as the unicorn sees her, he lays his head in her lap and falls asleep. The unicorn is also well loved for his ability to mend broken hearts and turn the tears of sorrow into tears of joy. Are you sure it's not yellow? Which one am I thinking of that's yellow? I swear there's a yellow one. It's got the same face, it just stands up. I don't know anything about Pokemon. Anyways, unicorn. Pretty horsey. I'll have to show Karen this picture. Someone take a picture and show Karen. Did you take the picture? Someone take the picture for me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I just know she'd like to see it, but I'm too lazy to keep the book out. Ooh, I like this one. She's pretty. Once upon a time, every part of the countryside was inhabited by magical beings, most notably nymphs of all varieties. There are nymphs known as dryads, who live in and protect trees. More specifically, the hamadryads are at home in oak trees, and their meliadids are in fruit trees. Tree nymphs are actually part of the beloved tree and seldom ever leave it. The naiades dwell in streams, rivers, and ponds. The lemoniades are the guardians of meadows, while the lemonades protect marshes, and the Oreades look after mountains. At the same time, Nereides make their home down in the depths of the sea, and Hyades are high up in the clouds. Hi, Virgil! In ancient Greek legend, the hero Perseus asked the Naiades for a cloak of darkness, which made its wearer invisible. This precious treasure had been entrusted to the Naiades for safekeeping by the gods. Once Perseus explained that he needed it to defeat Medusa, which we all know how I feel about Medusa. The Naiades granted his request upon the condition that he return the cloak once the perilous challenge was completed. Look how pretty! She's so pretty! She lives in the tree. I wish I lived in a tree. Ah, yes, Medusa. What a sad story. Medusa was one of 3 Gorgon sisters. The ancient Greeks believed that she was the only mortal among them. Her deathless sisters were harpies, bird-like creatures with serpent scales, hands of brass, and powerful wings. Born with exquisite beauty, Medusa only grew more beautiful as she matured. Indeed, she had no want of suitors, mortal or immortal. Medusa chose to look after the temple of Venus, a jealous goddess by all accounts. As Venus's servant, she had to swear never to wed, yet Poseidon, who was the great god of the sea, desired and pursued her. Though Medusa was innocent of all wrongdoing, Poseidon's interest enraged Venus, and, to punish Medusa, Venus transformed the maiden into a monster more terrible than her 2 horrifying harpy sisters. Now Medusa's flame-red hair writhed with poisonous vipers, and one glimpse of her bewitching face turned anyone to stone. Poor Medusa. I've always wanted to work with Medusa as a patron, simply because I feel like her story is very interesting, and I feel like she would be fun to work with. I feel like she's a very kind woman. She does deserve better. Oh, excuse me. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, the phoenix best resembles an eagle in shape and size. Though not a giant bird, the phoenix most certainly is extraordinary. It appears in Egypt only once every 500 years, though thought to be an immortal bird. When the phoenix feels all strength waning, it finally builds a nest and lays a single luminous egg. When the egg is about to hatch, the nest and each phoenix burst into magnificent flame, and at the last lick of fire subsides, a newborn phoenix emerges out of the smoldering ash. The ancient Greek legends tell of a slow-moving hulk of a monster, the Minotaur, with his muscular man's body and the head of a great horned bull. Upon the Isle of Crete an sprawling underground maze was created to imprison him, and there he was left to lurk. Every 9 years a human sacrifice was offered to appease the Minotaur. Victims were forced down into the maze, and what became of them no one knew. Except for Theseus, son of Poseidon. Cast down into the labyrinth, with only a skein of thread to aid him, Theseus unrolled the thread as he wandered. Then the Minotaur struck, and the youth's quickness and ability defeated the sluggish beast. Triumphant, Theseus needed only to follow the thread he had laid out to regain his freedom. Fair, but also, ugh. Did you really have to give her snake hair, though? That's what I think, because knowing what I know of Venus, she would definitely do something like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show you the pictures. So here's the phoenix. Pretty bird. And then the Minotaur. Dragon bird on fire. Hello, hi, how are you? We're reading a book. Sticking it into the gov, what does that mean? What does that mean? You know how people have theories of, like, lizard people ruling the government? Do you think Medusa leads them? Do you think Medusa is the leader of the Illuminati? Fenris, the wolf of Fenrir, is a creature of giant proportions, the third offspring of Loki and the mischievous Norse god, and his wife, the ogress Angerboda. Fearing him, the Norse gods confined Fenris to an isolated island in the middle of a lake surrounded by forests of iron trees. There they hoped Fenris would do the least harm. Yet the wolf only grew larger and larger. Realizing he would soon break free, the gods tried to chain him. Fenris was too strong, and even combined the strength of the gods that could not constrain him. So the gods enlisted the help of the gnomes, for they were too afraid of the terrible beast. The gnomes made a spell to bind Fenris. It combined the sound of a cat's paw, the sigh of a fish, the saliva of a bird, and a single hair from a woman's beard, and the root of a mountain. These then spun together and bound the muscle of a bear. The legend tells that the chains and spell are only temporary. Fenris's hunger grows greater with time, and so one day it is said he will break free and devour the world with everything in it. That's funny. Gnomes do like to play, and I'm sure a son of Loki would be more than willing to play games. Oh, sorry, I have to show you the giant island-sized wolf and a little gnome. about 10 minutes left, so I think I'll find my favorite one out of the end of this book. I think we can finish it in 10 minutes. Excuse me. Don't be surprised if while walking through the woods in the wee hours a puka suddenly would rise up beneath you and carry you off on a wild ride, only to finally dump you into a muddy pond without so much as a howdy-do. If you maintain your sense of humor even after such an undignified treatment, the puka may in turn reward you. Exclusive to Ireland, the puka is found in the twilight and is secluded by woodland haunts. The puka enjoys appearing suddenly, and it is a great prankster. It can adopt many forms, but most often assumes the shape of a dark-colored animal: horse, mule, bull, donkey, goat, or giant dog with smoldering amber eyes. It's a goat. He just carries you off and has a great old time, and then if you aren't mad about it, it'll reward you. Tales of a gigantic bird called the Roc can be found among stories that include the Arabian Nights. During one of Sinbad's voyages, the famous sailor encountered these extraordinary birds when he explored the island of the Rocks. When Sinbad first came upon the rock egg, it was so huge he thought it was a magnificent domed building, when in fact, in flight, the adult roc can blot out the very sun, casting a shadow that makes day seem like darkest night. Sinbad declared that what he saw was one of the most powerful birds fly off carrying an elephant. A single feather from a roc's wing is 70 feet long. Bird with an elephant. A race of giants resembling humans, the Cyclops had but a single eye centered just above the bridge of its nose. Savage man-eater, the Cyclops makes its home in the caves upon an island on uncharted waters. The Seven Voyages of Sinbad the Sailor describes a terrifying encounter with the Cyclops. During his adventure, Sinbad takes his ship and his shipmates are shipwrecked along the island of the Cyclops and taken prisoner. Before everyone is devoured, bones and all, Sinbad outsmarts the dull-witted creature by managing to blind it with a well-aimed spear. Afterward, he and the remaining survivors make a desperate break for freedom and successfully sail away on a raft. A horrific Cyclops was known to threaten the ancient Greek hero Odysseus and his loyal crew in the Odyssey, a classic Greek myth of epic proportion. There he is, throwing a rock. He has no eye. An untamed spirit, the faun lives in remote woodlands. At one time, the faun and the satyr were described as very different creatures. Both have horns and goat-like bodies below the waist and human above, but the faun is said to have a goat's hooves, and the satyr is said to have feet. Today they are thought to be similar, but not exactly the same. Ancient Romans believed in Faunus, a goat-like god, and the ancient Greeks worshipped Pan, the protector of shepherds and their flock. Natural and carefree, a faun plays hypnotic tunes upon his panpipes. If you hear their music while out in the woods, you will likely fall into a deep sleep and have some splendid dreams to recall upon waking. It's Sir Thomas. Oh, that's interesting. Little faun dear. Puck is said to be the very last of England's fairy folk. Also known as Robin Goodfellow, Puck assists Oberon, the king of fairies. A trickster by nature, Puck does his work by moonlight. When not making mischief, Puck can be induced to do good works. For example, he might aid some needy old woman, churn the butter, card the wool, thresh the wheat, or clean the house, all whilst she sleeps. If you are clever, you might gain his favour. He has a fondness for fresh cream, and would willingly accept your kind offer of a cup. Puck can take a shape of animal, but, like his counterpart of Pan, he often has the hind quarters and cloven hooves of goat. He does not in this picture, but I think he's very dapper looking. Oh dear. The Short King's Anthem? Felix, come now. Beware. In Scotland they say the legendary Kelpie should be avoided at all costs. A wild mythic horse, the Kelpie is found in the dead of night on the windy moors of Scotland. Should the unwitting stranger approach, the Kelpie at first seems friendly enough, even tame. But if a person so foolish as to risk a ride upon the Kelpie's back, the once gentle horse transforms into a wild, fire-breathing beast with smouldering red eyes. Up and away in a flash, the Kelpie's victim is driven into the sea to drown. I like Kelpies. I think they're very interesting. That's all in this book. And it's 11:56, so in 4 minutes, I think I will be ending the live. I had a lot of fun doing this, actually. Maybe I'll start reading a little bit more. Maybe I'll find a book to actually read. Though I wouldn't want to take bedtime stories away from Theo. Thank you all for joining me. I always enjoy doing this, especially getting to spend time with you. I'm sorry if my poems were a little sad. Ah. My eyes. The contacts are getting a little rough. Good thing I'm ending so I can take them out. Oh, thank you. I usually wasn't the one to read for my kids, so it's sort of nice to get to do it now. That was always Jack's job. I was too busy washing dishes or putting away dinner. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. I had a lot of fun. I will see you in the servers probably. I'm not sure. It probably won't be me just because I know Felix still has a lot of art to work on for the Eldritch animation. I don't know if anybody is here who isn't in that. So, but if you are, someone put the hashtag in the chat just in case. I don't know who all is here. But yeah. Hopefully that'll be done soon. And that's it. I will. Yep, that one right there. So that's the hashtag for the AU. We'll be posting a lot of new stuff for that soon. So if you're at all interested in the Walton Files or anything horror creepy, that's the perfect place for you. I'm gonna go take out my contacts so my eyes stop burning, and I'm out of here. I love you all. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye. 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 I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye, everyone. one.